origin of Hinduism, they had a tradition called the ritual of sati. When a man of high caste died, his widow was expected to be burned to death on her husband's funeral pyre. Only in the 20th century was this practice fully abolished.
In Vedism, essays and poems were called Upanishads, and they symbolized secularism. They began raising the possibility that people could take greater responsibility for liberating themselves from the cycle of life, death, and rebirth without relying on the Brahmins and their rituals.
New teachers encouraged dietary and meditative discipline / yoga to achieve liberation.
Siddhartha Gautama was a nobleman from northern India. Appalled by the pain and poverty suffered by the common people, Buddha abandoned his aristocratic life to seek an answer to the question of human suffering. He was born into one spiritual extreme, and he abandoned it into the opposite extreme, fasting and self-deprivation. Deciding that path did not lead to salvation, he chose instead a middle way of moderation and peace. It is said to have brought him the enlightenment, after which he took the name Buddha, which means the awakened one, and he began to preach. After his death, Ashoka became a great supporter of Buddhism and spread it through India and beyond its borders. Like Hinduism, Buddhism postulates that souls evolve towards spiritual perfection by the means of birth, death, and reincarnation, and according to the law of karma. However, Buddha rejected the caste system and argued that anyone could achieve liberation from the wheel of life, also known as nirvana, without the aid of priests or rituals. All that was necessary to attain this enlightenment was to realize the Four Noble Truths and the good conduct of the Five Moral Rules.
In shamanism, shamans were people who performed healing of the sick, the telling of fortunes, the prediction of weather, praying to the spirits for success in hunting, and the enforcement of taboos or forbidden behaviors.
No, that future. You're gonna die. It says it in the fortune thing. Yeah, that's it.
No.
You're gonna get sick, and I'm here to heal you. Take my power, and now you're healed. That today's weather is going to be sunny. And that was right.
Shamanism and animism are two types of religions that believe that everything has a soul.
Judaism is a monotheistic faith originated with the Hebrews. Monotheism is a faith that believes in only one God. Hebrews lived in Persia for a while. Then the Persians allowed them to return to Jerusalem, which was called the Jewish diaspora. Their teachers are called rabbis. The Torah is their Bible. Their Jewish laws are called the Talmud. And the Code of Hammurabi has laws like an eye for an eye.
Wait, am I in?
In Vedism, the Brahmin is their priestly class. In Hinduism, there are more than 330 million gods and goddesses, like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shakti. Hinduism has gotten the concepts of karma, the caste system, and reincarnation from Vedism. In Hinduism, there are 4 social classes: priests, warriors and rulers, farmers and artisans, servants and serfs, with other classes of the untouchables. Added later was the lowest class, who consisted of people who picked up human waste and buried the dead.
Go.
The law of Manu put forward the most famous arguments in favor of the caste system. Dharma is a moral duty of people, and they believe that through good behavior, people got good karma and were able to reincarnate into a higher class. Men were in charge of everything and monopolized education, while women had to do whatever the men told them to.
Confucianism arose from a philosophy during the Zhou dynasty. Founder was a Chinese government official known as Confucius. The transcription of his conversation with his students are called analects. Believed in the mandate of heaven, which meant that the son of heaven, which is a chosen ruler, is chosen by heaven, and if they don't fulfill their duty as ruler, they will be overthrown. Men ruled society, fought wars, and went to school. They could have more than one wife and concubines, as well as divorce any woman if they didn't conceive males. Neo-Confucianism was made after, and it consisted of Buddhism, Daoism, and Confucianism.
Taoism. It was founded by Lao Tse, but he was known as Lao Tse. Their Bible is called Tao Te Ching. They believe in the 3 jewels of the Tao, which are compassion, moderation, and humility. They tell fortunes with the I Ching, which is the Book of Changes, and their most popular symbol is the yin yang because it represents that nothing is absolute and that opposites flow into each other. Stop.
The founder of Christianity was Jesus. Jesus died on the cross and resurrected 3 days after. His closest followers were called apostles and spread the story of crucifixion, resurrection, and the second coming. In 313, 3 centuries of persecution ended when the Roman Emperor Constantine legalized Christianity by means of Edict Milan. They believed in the Trinity, which consisted of God the Father, Christ the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Their word from God is called the Bible and consists of the Old and New Testament. The Trans-Saharan caravan routes covered trade through sub-Saharan Africa and the Mediterranean, traded through the ocean and land, traded through Nubia, Meroe, and the Roman Empire. They traveled by camels, which linked the Central Sahara and the Egypt and the Middle East, traded manufactured goods, salt, and slaves.
One of the many trading networks has been the Mediterranean Trading Network, and it has been the smallest of the major trading networks. It allowed easy communications along the southern coast of Europe, Turkey, and North Africa. The Persians, Greeks, Phoenicians, and Romans traded with each other through the sea, and wars were common because there were short distances involved. Ports were tied into the European Silk Road. Stop.
Eurasia's Silk Roads were one of the most famous trade routes of pre-modern times. More than 4,000 miles long, it linked the eastern Mediterranean to areas of Central Asia, China, and continues through the Pacific coast and the Indian Ocean. Overland transport was more economic, but was more difficult and took a lot more time than Overland transport was more economic, but was more difficult and took a lot more time than overseas trade. They traded spices, pottery, salt, silk, jewels, glassware, and slaves, and perfumes.
The Indian Ocean Basin. The Indian Ocean Maritime Network connected East Africa, the Middle East, South Asia with China and Japan. And they traded wood, ivory, copper, myrrh, spices, frankincense, pottery, and silk. Through trade, cultural diffusion, technological advances and transfers, disease, environmental, and medical impacts occurred. Through trade, religions were spread, languages were spread, diseases were spread like smallpox, ideas were spread, everything with culture and the way a society works was spread through trade.
As time passed, trade became easier through innovation. Large amounts of cargo were moved by wagons and carts, but due to rough terrain, animals had to carry the loads themselves. Horses, llamas, camels, caravans, and oxen helped transport goods. After some time, horses transporting was innovated with the stirrups and saddles, which helped the riders. And that's a wrap.